Hey friends, and welcome. My name is Dr. Heather Cardin, and I am super excited and honored to be with you here today on our Facebook Live. My job and honor today is to help you better understand all things ketones and ketosis, or all things Pruvit. So as you're joining, let us know where you're joining from, what part of the world, maybe what flavor you're mixing up today. So I'll share a couple minutes about myself as you're getting notifications about our Facebook Live today. I'm also going to refresh my computer over here so I have the maximal chance of getting as many questions answered as possible. I do apologize if I speak fast. I know for many of you, English is not your first language, but our amazing social media team will come back and timestamp it. You can switch languages on Facebook now, so you can get all the answers that you need. So again, my name is Dr. Heather Cardin. I am the co-owner of Cardin Center for Wellness, where we have been practicing almost 26 years as the clock turns 2023. I'm a functional medicine practitioner. As a functional medicine practitioner, we always focus on food. So since we opened up our doors almost 26 years ago, we teach each and every one of our patients to eat a low-carb, clean, healthy diet. We teach patients about healthy fats. We've been actually living, teaching the ketogenic lifestyle for well over 2+ decades. So you can imagine back in 2015, and when I got a call on my phone saying, guess what there is? We actually now have the first pure therapeutic exogenous ketones. Now, we've studied ketones for well over 100 years before I was on this earth. So the minute I could actually get my books, get in school, study the anatomy, the physiology of our body, I knew how amazing ketones were. Babies are in ketosis in utero. Breast milk is high in MCT, or medium chain triglycerides, which turn quickly into ketones, which is a preferred fuel source for the brain. So I knew the amazing effects of ketones. I've been on a ketogenic diet myself several times, live in a ketogenic state, because when you're in ketosis, which means your body's metabolically burning fat for fuel, your body actually burns fuel more efficient. You burn fat 24/7. You have better cognition, better brain function, better digestion, better sleep, better mood. It calms down your nervous system, better skin. Everything is just better when you're burning fat for fuel. However, being an 80s ladies, I'll be 100% transparent. We were actually told when I was in school that we should consume a diet that's high in carbohydrates, 8 to 11 servings a day, even though there's no essential carbohydrates. So we didn't know, but now we know the truth that fats are the preferred fuel source. They're amazing for your body. Our brains are 70% fat. However, in order to actually get in that state of ketosis where you're metabolically burning fat for fuel, you either had to, number one, go on a ketogenic diet where consuming high amounts of fat, 70 or 80% of your diet is fat, moderate clean proteins, and low carbs, mostly above ground greens, and some carbs from some nuts or seeds. Or be an endurance athlete where your body would transition from burning fats or burning carbs, which come from, or glucose, which comes from carbohydrates. Our ancestors did this all the time. When they would feast or famine, they would go out and hunt, maybe not catch something that day. They still had to tend to fire, wash clothes, go out and hunt and gather. When they didn't gather, they still had to hunt. And when they did get some food, whether they found seeds or nuts or animals or grains, then they could actually eat. So their body would go in and out of that. Our bodies were meant to actually go in and out of burning sugar and burning fat. So now, 2015, after well over 100 years of studying the ketogenic diet and having people be in a ketogenic state on a ketogenic diet, or studying people who actually would go in and out of ketosis like endurance athletes, we now have the first pure therapeutic bioidentical exogenous ketone in the world, made by Pruvit. So I am super excited because I know I've had patients try to get in a state of ketosis, and it can take them days, weeks, months, sometimes 13, 14 weeks to get in ketosis and consistently stay in ketosis. Now you can choose any lifestyle that you want, whether you want to be a vegan, a vegetarian, omnivore, paleo diet, zone diet. Grab 12 to 16 ounces of water, shake it up, drink it, and be in that amazing state in less than 59 minutes. So my job today is to help you better understand all things Pruvit, which does include, starting with our amazing hero product, our all natural therapeutic ketones. And I want to get right down to your questions. So let me just refresh my computer. I'm coming to you live from Kansas City. Let me know where you're joining from. Hello, Ethan. I love that picture with Rutherford and the ears yesterday from Utah. So let me know where you're watching from. Let me know what flavor you're drinking up today. And let's get right down to your questions. So Ethan is drinking some strawberry peach, also a fan favorite of mine. I love it that Cindy's tagging some friends. So yes, you can tag your friends, family. You can invite this. This is a community page. So absolutely invite your friends, families, neighbor, whoever you want to learn how to optimize their health. So good questions. Do ketones raise cholesterol? The answer is no. When you read the page, read the package label, or you can actually view this online at any of our shopping links, you're going to see there's no fat in any of our pure therapeutic exogenous ketones, whether it is our Keto Up, or it is our Mexican ketones, or our Keto Nat, there is no fat. So no fat means no cholesterol. We do get cholesterol from healthy fats. However, when you're looking at the 143, which is a fat, however it skips that process, it actually turns quickly into MCT. It's not going to actually raise your cholesterol. Many studies show that MCTs actually lower your LDLs, lower your triglycerides, and make healthy cholesterol. So those are third-party credibility studies, not done by Pruvit, not paid for by Pruvit, but actually done in the field for several decades. So ketones do not raise your cholesterol. Great question. Because ketones are actually a byproduct. I'll help explain that. I saw that question 3 or 4 times. So when we eat a diet high in fats, our body needs energy. So it's going to break them down. Fats would be nuts, seeds, olives, avocados, oils, things like that. Our body will break them down and turn them into ketones. Our body will then use ketones for energy in our cells. So when we actually eat things like avocados, almonds, nuts, sardines, things like that, our body will actually break them down and we get a ketone. This is a ketone salt. So this is a byproduct of what you get. So instead of waiting for your body to actually go through all your stored glucose and glycogen, staying on a very strict macro calculated diet, now you can simply just shake them up, or you can pop open a can and drink them up and get in that state of ketosis. So great question. Walter is saying, if I take my Adderall, will I still get the ketones if I drink them eating a paleo diet? So that's 2 questions, Walter. Great question. So yes, you can consume any diet. You can continue your paleo lifestyle if that's what you choose. If you choose a zone diet, low carb diet, vegan diet, whichever lifestyle or diet you choose, you absolutely continue to maintain that. Here at Pruvit, we do advise that you do eliminate artificial colorings, additives, flavors. Just eat a whole natural diet, eliminating processed foods, whether that be a paleo, whether that be vegan, whether that be zone, low carb, keto, whatever that looks like for you. And then we do know that ketones are a natural byproduct of your body when it breaks apart fat. So when you're talking about different medications, different prescriptions, we have not to date found any contraindications. That means since we started consuming Pruvit products to the public or as a consumer, we have not found any. And this is since 2015, millions and millions of servings globally. We've not found any contraindications with any pharmaceutical medications like your Adderall. However, please check with your healthcare provider, check with your pharmacist before consuming any product. We always want to make sure that it doesn't contraindicate any of your other health issues. So always check with your doctor first and make sure everything is okay for your personal health. Trying to get my comments to feed over here. I do apologize, but keep asking questions because that's what I am here for. So I saw a question earlier here. Why does my urine change a funny color or odor when I'm drinking ketones? This is a great question. There can be probably about a dozen possibilities why your urine changes odor or color. I'll give you 2 or 3 reasons why. So when your body's metabolically burning fat for fuel, and if you're doing intermittent fasting about 12 to 14 hours or even 16 hours. Number 1, ketones are acidic. Your stomach's acidic, so you're going to actually change the pH of your urine, which is a good thing. When your body's acidic, it eliminates the possibility of bacteria, viruses, molds, yeast, those kind of things actually growing within your body. It helps turn on healthy gut bugs. So you will eliminate those out either in urine or in your bowel movements. Also, when you go through autophagy in your intermittent fasting during our 24-hour 24-hour fast or a reboot program, when you go through autophagy, what your body does is go through and eliminates cells that maybe have lived past their maturation date, they're actually old, you need to make room for new healthy cells. Those things will also be eliminated out through our urine. They're called cast. It can make your urine kind of smell funny, sometimes sweet, sometimes sour, sometimes a white cloudy appearance. And then when you eliminate ketones through your urine, it can be a sweet smell. Those are called acetone. So that's actually just a ketone smell. That's a very natural thing to happen. So I always say celebrate that when you're getting a change in your urine, because your body's detoxing out, it's eliminating it out, it's processing out your ketones. That's all a very positive thing. However, if your urine gets a dark color, you always want it light yellow, you can be getting dehydrated. If you're drinking ketones and keto cream in your coffee and you're doing a lot of caffeine, make sure that you're staying well hydrated. Don't count the water in your coffee or your tea or you're up. Please make sure you're drinking at least half your body's weight in water, or if you don't want to count, please look at your urine and make sure it's a light colored yellow. Even if it's cloudy, even if it has a smell, just make sure it's a nice light color, white to yellow. That means you're getting enough hydration. I saw another question here that just popped by me. So Anna Marie is asking about sodium levels. So we do talk a lot about sodium because ketones are acidic. Why is there sodium in the Pruvit products? Sodium is essential for almost every single cellular process in your body. It is so important. It is the top of your comprehensive metabolic panel when you have your labs drawn. Optimal sodium levels are 140 to 144. Now I know those are different countries, the way they actually calculate those in different metric systems, but in the US it's 140 to 144 is optimal. 139 is still in that optimal level. However, ketones are acidic. They also have a mild diuretic effect. So when your body's actually pulling out excess fluid in between your interstitial layers, which is between your skin and your fat and your muscle, we also will lose some water. You'll lose some nutrients like B vitamins. You'll also lose some sodium. So Pruvit has actually put in the proper amount of sodium inside one serving of ketone to replace what is lost when you're drinking one serving of Nat. So you're going to see there's some B vitamin, there's some calcium and sodium, because this is a ketone salt, not a ketone ester, but a ketone salt. The salt is also used to help alkalize the acidity of the ketone. So it tastes good, palatable, it's easy on your stomach, it's digestible, and it is uptake into your body very quickly. So your body doesn't reject it, but it actually uptakes it, and it's bioidentical to what your body uses. If you are on a low sodium diet, or your doctor has said to watch the sodium, then you might want to choose the UP or the Mexican ketones, because they are actually a free cell fermented ketone. So the beta hydroxybutyrate, instead of being bound to a salt like sodium, it's actually bound to itself. So when you read the label, again, online, or you have the product in front of you, you're going to see, or get with the person who has invited you here, they will share with you. You're going to see, I see you can close up here with my unicorn slam, that there's no sodium in there because the ketone is bound to the ketone. Oftentimes people say, I even feel a quicker uptake with that. I feel like the energy's there. I feel like my brain is brighter. I feel like the colors are brighter. I'm thinking crisper, even in just a few minutes of drinking the Mexican ketones or the Keto Up. So if that's you, let me know what your favorite flavor of Up is. Let me know what your favorite flavor of the Mexican ketones are. We're always wondering what you're drinking and what your favorite flavor it is. It always surprises me. And let us know where you're watching from and what flavor you are drinking. Sorry for the pause there. I'm looking for... So Terry's asking about diarrhea or gut issues. This actually, I like to say, can be expected, especially if you know that your diet has been off for maybe many years. You've just been super busy, you've driven through, you've gotten in the processed food, packaged food kind of lifestyle, you're on the go. So what happens when that happens to you in your life, on the go, processed food, packaged foods, the whole gut terrain of your body changes to acclimate those foods that you're eating. So when you go back to your native fuel source, ketones, eating whole foods, eating raw vegetables, eating meats that are meant to be digested for your body can go, whoa, wait a second, I actually don't have those enzymes necessary to digest that. I don't know how to actually do that. So what happens is your body will actually flush that away. We talked earlier, just a few minutes ago, about ketones having a mild diuretic effect. The major function of the large intestine is to reabsorb water and get ready for evacuation. So when you begin your 10-day challenge and you start with 2 ketones a day, remember, before exogenous ketones, it can take some people days, weeks, even months to actually get into ketosis and stay in ketosis. These are water soluble, so they actually keep you in that state of ketosis for 4 to 6 hours, depending on your body. So if you experience diarrhea, like Terry is sharing, then Terry, we're going to slow that down. We're going to say, make sure you're eating healthy foods. Have a little bit of fat or protein. If you started with 2 a day in your 10-day challenge, your body's telling you, it's too much too quick. We've got to go slower. Maybe there's some other underlying gut issues, some food allergies. I would ask, did you also start a ketogenic diet with that and start doing a lot of nuts and cheeses? Because that often happens. People dive into a half a pound of cheese, a whole can of nuts, peanuts, peanut butter, fat bombs, salamis, things like that. So go slow and steady. This information can be found on this page. It can be found in the Help Center. The person who actually helped you find these amazing ketones can also help walk you through that. So if that is you who had some increased trips to the restroom, then simply slow down the ketones, which means start with 1 serving if you're doing 2, or start with a half a serving. Have maybe a tablespoon or 2 of fat or protein, 3 or 4 olives, a scoop of nut butter, a bite of steak, a bite of chicken salad, tuna salad. Have a piece of eggplant if you're a vegetarian. Have maybe hemp pudding, some hemp porridge. Have some chia seeds. Have something small, some fat or protein to help slow down the absorption of the ketones until your body acclimates to it. Ketones are a native energy source. Your body's used to them. We just have to give it a little bit more time. Wait till your gut stabilizes, then increase it slowly. And it will happen, I assure you. We all started our ketogenic journey, generally most people having some increased issues to the bathroom, or people get constipated. The constipation happens because your body's absorbing all those toxins and getting ready for evacuation. If that happens to you, increase your water and then add some electrolytes to it. Electrolytes are essential for survival, essential for the large intestine to make a proper bowel movement. So add those electrolytes to it. We do have an amazing bundle you can pick up that's, I think, 24% off. So grab that. That will also help you with your gut. Get ready to evacuate. Ketones are a native fuel source. I keep saying that because if you drink ketones and you get a reaction, it's your body telling you, like, I'm pretty far off from where I should be of my native fuel source. I've got to be more patient with my body and give it more time. Terry, that's a fantastic question. I'm so thankful that you asked that because I know a lot of people needed to hear that question. And so Olga's asking, this is a great question. We have the turkey trim challenge coming up. If you're doing the turkey trim challenge, drop some turkeys down below. It's a turkey trim challenge this year. So can people who are nursing do the reboot? Absolutely no. You may not participate. We are not advising. We are not recommending that you do the 60-hour reboot or the 24-hour fast if you are pregnant or nursing or underneath the age of 18. Please do not do that. Or if your body fat percentage is underneath desirable, because we do not want you restricting calories or fat. When you're nursing, your breast milk should have 30% fat. Add some more keto cream, add some more 143, get your healthy fats up. So no, Olga, thank you for asking that question. We do not want you participating if you are pregnant. I'm saying it again, if you're pregnant or nursing or trying to get pregnant or get ready to nurse, please do not do the reboot. We do not want you calorie restricting or restricting your fats or protein. Those are essential to make amino acids and fatty acids for your breast milk, for your baby, and for your body to actually heal from having a baby and going through pregnancy. So great question. Thanks for asking that. And yes, maple keto cream is delicious. I love the toasted marshmallow, which we have not had for a couple years. I keep asking corporate, bring the toasted marshmallow back, bring the toasted marshmallow back. Yes, everyone has a different experience because ketones are energy for the body. Some people may be tired and that comes in the form of fatigue, or maybe they're so tired their brain doesn't know how to shut off and sleep. So everyone's experience will be different because this is energy for your body. Some people maybe have attention issues. They just can't focus because their body's so tired, they need better energy. So their experience with ketones will vary. Some people are tired and they just want to snack all the time because their body's intuitively saying, grab a carbohydrate, grab a quick sugar so I'll have more energy. So it's going to vary from person to person. And yes, you can absolutely share this. You can share this to your own page. You can share this through Facebook Messenger if you want. It is open to share. We absolutely want you sharing that. Elizabeth says, I use 2 packages a day and I use pink Himalayan sea salt and I drink 1 electrolyte water as well a day and tap water, but every day my sodium levels are always low. So that may be one thing. Are you over drinking water would be one thing, because that can happen. People can over drink water and you can wash away too many electrolytes. Maybe the pH of your water can be off. So there's a lot of factors that actually can facilitate your sodium levels being off on your lab work. So maybe try an Epsom salt bath, 1.5 cup to 1 cup per 6 foot tub, a spa tub. You go up to 2 cups, but sometimes people are doing reverse osmosis water, which strips your water of any electrolytes. Also be eating electrolytes, do celery, eat tomatoes. Those things have natural sodium to them. So there can be a lot of reasons for that if you're on a natural diuretic. Adrenal fatigue can also cause your sodium to go down, your potassium to go up. There are many studies showing that ketones can actually help with your hypothalamus pituitary adrenal axis, restabilize that, because ketones increase signaling to our brain, to the rest of our body. So you're doing the right thing. You can actually drink up to 3 Mito Plex a day if you're having electrolyte issues and you're doing the right thing. Drink the Keto Nat that does have the natural sodium in it. That's the best thing again. And then maybe just stop and count your water. I hear a lot of people saying, I'm drinking enough water. I see this all the time with my patients. I'm like, stop and drink. Let's really just stop and count what you're drinking. I meant to say, are you truly drinking enough, or you keep topping it off? Like, I have water with me all the time. They're just carrying it around, but is it really getting into your body? And is it getting in your body and into the cells? So that's another question. So stop and count how much water you're actually drinking that does not have ketones in it, does not have tea in it, does not have coffee in it. See how much just water you're drinking. Not sparkling water, not bubbly water, but just water. And again, if you're drinking only reverse osmosis water, that can also cause sodium level to be low. But you can also increase your Mitoplex up to 3 a day. You're sweating, you work out, you live in a hot, humid environment, up to 3 a day. Great question. We've just got a few minutes left here today. True Passion, amazing flavor. I love the Miami Vice too as well. Yes, you can mix your ketones with your Mitoplex. Absolutely. You can mix and match flavors. You can, I think that's a great idea. Holly says we should do a 10-day challenge kit with the Mexican ketones. When you have an amazing idea, send it into corporate. They listen to us. That's why when on social media, when you say they're always asking for what flavor you want to have, this or that, or what should we do in our next challenge pack, what flavors, they go by whoever participates. If you call in and vote, if you register vote, not call in, I'm old school, but if you actually go on social media and vote, they will listen to you. So yes, vote on that. Holly, that's a fantastic idea. I think we should go for that. So Holly's asking about erythritol. So we have natural sweeteners. This is a great question. What's the difference in the Mexican ketones and the US or American ketones made in Dallas? So they use stevia and erythritol as an all-natural sweetener. The Mexican ketones, in order to be in compliance with their government, we could not use erythritol and stevia, and we use a high quality of stevia. When it comes to stevia, some people are sensitive to it, some people use the stem, some people use the leaf. We use a very high quality of stevia in our products, so we can use a very small quantity to still get a sweet flavor to it. If it's too sweet, add the Mitoplex to it, the plain Mitoplex maybe. If you don't want the lime or orange or lemon flavor to it, add a pinch of pink Himalayan sea salt to it. That also will help. Or mix one of our tart flavors to a sweet flavor. You can also mix and match those. Take a Nat Light and mix it with it. But what the difference is that we use allulose in our Mexican ketones. So we use a very small amount of erythritol. If people have erythritol sensitivity, they generally don't get diarrhea. They get a little bit of bloating. Erythritol is a sugar alcohol, so you can get a little bit of bloating if you're sensitive to candida, if you have maybe some deficiency in a prebiotic like inulin. So that's why I love our Keto OS, that's why I love our Better Broth, because our Better Broth does have hyaluronic acid and type 2 collagen, which is amazing for gut repair. So if you are not drinking our broth, this is an amazing product. It does have our incredible ketones in there. Also has, like I say, some additional protein plus type 2 collagen, which is so important for the villi of the gut, and hyaluronic acid. So this is so important for the gut. But erythritol generally doesn't cause diarrhea because it's an all-natural sweetener. It can cause a little bit of bloating, but we use such a tiny amount, especially in our and especially in our Mexican ketones. And again, in the broth, just a tiny amount. So maybe switch to your ketone product and see how your tummy reacts. Great question. We've got just a few minutes left here. So Beth says, I've been following the keto diet for almost a year, and my doctor did a fibro. Oh, it's too long. I can't read it. I will get back to that to you. How many keto creams can I have a day? So this is, so I would love to have like 5 a day, but honestly, it's too many calories, but the fat is amazing. So how many keto creams you have a day really is individualized. How much fat, how much collagen are you getting in your other meals during the day? How many calories, because calories do count a little bit. I'm not very big into counting calories. However, if you maybe just had a baby, you're just done breastfeeding, and you need more collagen to retract that skin tissue in from having maybe your 3rd or 4th baby, and you want to use that collagen and you want to use the MCT for energy to rebound against your 3rd or 4th baby. You've got a lot of things going on in your house. You're going back to work. We have 3 different MCTs, 4 different collagen. We have actually 60 different collagen blends in our body, or types of collagen, 60 different collagens within our body. 5 major strands of collagen that are the most abundant. We use 4 of those in our keto cream. So again, you can have keto cream as much as you want. You can use it in a chia pudding. You can sprinkle it on top of keto pancake. You can make a pudding with it. You can put it in coffee or tea. You can use it in a smoothie, like an almond milk or coconut milk smoothie. You can put it in whipped topping. You can use it lots of different ways. It's not just for coffee, but how much you have is really up to you. So if you want to have a couple cups of tea a day, you can use a half a pack if you're really kind of watching your calories and you get fat in other places. If that's your main source of MCT and that's your main source of fat, then yes, you can have 2 or 3 packages a day. Totally up to you. There's no ketones in there. It doesn't cause any dehydration. However, if you're caffeine sensitive and you're only using it in coffee and you're only using the charged ketones, make sure you're not using too much caffeine, and make sure you're drinking plenty of water. So I've got one more question here we have time for. So Sarah's saying, what is the time you should eat versus drinking your ketones? Sarah, this is a great question to end on. And I'm going to just touch on the turkey trot challenge. So what is the time you should eat or drink your ketones? So great question. So ketones are an energy source. I always say drink them 30 to 40 minutes before you want to be the very best version of yourself, or 30 minutes before you're hangry, hungry, or tired time. So I drink my Keto Pro 30 to 45 minutes before I want to go to sleep because ketones calm down the nervous system. I drink them about 30 minutes before I do a Facebook Live because I want to calm down my nervous system so I can be laser sharp, focused, and articulate for you. I also drink them between, this is about the same time, between 1 and 3 in the afternoon. I always struggle with adrenal fatigue, so I don't crash in the afternoon. I don't go for sugary foods. I drink them then. Some people who have a tendency to overeat, once they start eating something, they want to go back for second and third servings. So ketones can help you with that. They create something called satiety with your hunger hormones. They turn on your hunger hormones to help control hunger and satiety, which is that feeling of feeling full longer. So if you're a person who has a tendency to overserve yourself, then you want to drink them 30 or 40 minutes before you have a meal. That way you start to feel fuller quicker. And they also help dampen your cravings towards salty or sweet things. So again, you could have them 30 or 40 minutes before that meal that you tend to go, oh, I just want to have more. Even though I'm full, even though I know I've had enough to eat, I just want to have a little more. 30 or 40 minutes before that time. Or if you're a person who just loves to snack, you're like, oh, I just want to have an afternoon snack. That's me between 1 and 3. That's when I drink my ketones. So cheers, that's what I'm having, a little heart tart right now. Generally, you want to drink it in 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes in 12 to 16 ounces of water. Not 30 ounces of water, but 12 to 16 ounces of water, because you want to saturate your body, elevate your ketone level so it stays there for 4 to 6 hours. You don't want to sip on it over 2 hours in a gallon of water. You want to saturate, get the ketone level up so you get the max amount of benefits from it. Or you find yourself in a place like, man, I've got to get control. I just want a donut. The donuts are out there in the room. My kids are having a birthday party. You take a neuro shot, a keto kick. You don't have to mix this with water. It's 3 ounces. You just drink it like it is. Does have 100 milligrams of caffeine. So depending on, Sarah, depending on what your usage is for the ketones, if it's for a workout, you want to be better focused 30 or 40 minutes before you work out. If you work out for 2 hours, then you want to actually have another serving 2 hours post-workout. So you continue to protect your lean muscle mass, continue to increase the oxygen to your lean muscle mass, and it will help protect and repair that muscle after you've worked out, because every time you work out, you tear down lean muscle mass. So the last question we have, and don't forget, Turkey Trot Challenge begins November 13th. If you're doing the turkey trot, drop some turkeys down below. Gobble, gobble, drop some turkeys down below. So that was a great, great question, Sarah, to end on. So what time do you drink them? When you need energy, when you need some craving control, when you don't want to find yourself second serving or feeding yourself a second serving. At night when you say, I'm just bored, I just want to eat something. When you find yourself like, I'm always hangry at this time, I just want to munch on something. We don't need to eat to sleep. So we don't need to have popcorn before bedtime. We don't need cereal before bedtime. We don't need chocolate before bedtime. When you find yourself needing that, that's why I have the Keto Pro before bedtime, because I don't need chocolate, but I do have my chocolate Keto Pro. So you have them before you know your body's personality. So with that being said, you've been on this earth a few years. So this time of year, you know yourself. How have you ended your November and December the last several years? What has your strategy been to roll into the new year so you're happy with how you've ended the previous year? What has been successful? What has not been successful? Had a lot of people saying we called the Turkey Trot Challenge last year, that this month of November, doing the Turkey Trot Challenge for 16 days was magical of how they ended 2021, and they felt amazing at the holiday season, whatever holiday that is for you. So it's still time. You still have time. Jump in to the Turkey Trot Challenge. We're going to kick it off Monday with a 24-hour fast. 24-hour fast. If you can't do 24 hours, it's okay to do 28. Then we're going to do a 10-day challenge, and then we're going to close with a 60-hour reboot. Get the reboot kit. We coach you through that on our private coaching community page, Drink Ketones Daily. Once you purchase the product, you get invited to that page. We have coaches already setting up. We've been planning. We've been masterminding. We've been talking about it in another group. The coaches have been all getting together how we can best serve you through this Turkey Trot Challenge. Whether you can do 20 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours, 40 hours, we are there for you mentally, physically, and emotionally, talking how we can best optimize your experience so you feel amazing. Go, I just optimize my health, creating longevity, and I'm actually using Pruvit products so I get the benefit the next month and the next month. So thank you again for being here today. It's always a pleasure. It's always an honor and a privilege to help you better understand all things ketosis and ketones and Pruvit. And all I want to say is I'm going to grab my heart tart. Cheers, and keep on proving it. Have an amazing day, and don't forget, if you're watching on replay, put replay. If you're in the turkey trot, put turkeys down below, and let us know what flavor you're drinking up today. Have a great day. We'll see you next Wednesday, 1 o'clock Central Standard Time, with all your questions, ketone, ketosis, and all things Pruvit.